Some children don't get a childhood. They get responsibility. They don't cry loudly. They don't throw tantrums. They don't demand attention. They become mature, and everyone claps. Teachers admire them. Relatives praise them. Adults say, "You're so wise for your age." But what if that maturity wasn't wisdom? What if it was survival? And what if it cost them more than anyone ever noticed? Stay with me, because this might explain parts of you that you've never had words for. You're so mature for your age. It sounds beautiful, but sometimes what it really means is you learned to stay quiet. You learned not to ask for too much. You learned your emotions were inconvenient. So you adjusted. You became calm, responsible, self-controlled, low maintenance. Not because it was natural, because it was necessary. Maybe the house was chaotic. Maybe someone needed you to be strong. Maybe expressing yourself made things worse. So you adapted. And adaptation kept you safe. But adaptation is not the same as development. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Maturity, built from guidance, feels grounded. Maturity built from fear feels heavy. If you grew up too fast, you weren't evolving. You were surviving. And survival always comes with a cost. When you grow up early, you skip steps. You skip being messy. You skip being protected. You skip being emotionally held. You become the peacemaker, the mediator, the emotionally stable one. You solve everyone's problems, but no one teaches you how to express yours. So slowly, you start believing, my needs are too much. I shouldn't burden anyone. I'll handle it myself. And you do, over and over again, until being strong stops being a choice and becomes your identity. People rely on you. They admire your calmness. They come to you for advice, but they don't see the exhaustion underneath because you don't show it. And eventually, you don't even know how to. And here's where it follows you into adulthood. It doesn't disappear. It transforms. You struggle to ask for help. You feel uncomfortable depending on anyone. When someone tries to take care of you, you feel uneasy. You overthink relationships. You attract people who lean on you, but rarely people who protect you. You apologize for your emotions. You downplay your pain. You say, I'm fine, even when you're drowning. Because somewhere deep inside, vulnerability still feels unsafe. Control feels safer. Independence feels safer. But hyperindependence isn't strength. It's armor. And armor is heavy. And here's the darkest part. Growing up too fast doesn't just make you strong. It makes you lonely. Not physically, emotionally. You're surrounded by people, but rarely understood. Because the version of you they know is the composed one, the dependable one, the mature one. They don't see the inner child that never got to rest. They don't see the part of you that wants to be held without explaining why. And when you finally feel overwhelmed, you feel guilty because you built your identity on being the strong one. And strong people don't fall apart. At least that's what you taught yourself. So you break quietly. You process alone. You heal in silence. And then you show up the next day like nothing happened. But listen carefully. Growing up too fast did not ruin you. It made you resilient. It made you observant. It gave you emotional intelligence most people develop years later. The problem isn't your strength. The problem is that no one taught you softness. No one taught you that you're allowed to rest without earning it. Allowed to need without apologizing. Allowed to fall apart without losing value. Real growth for you isn't becoming tougher. It's learning to feel safe without control. Learning to receive not just give. Learning that being human is not weakness. It's balance. If you've been called mature your whole life, but secretly feel tired of always being the strong one, comment, "I grew up too fast." Not for sympathy, for awareness. And if this made you understand yourself in a way no one explained before, subscribe, because here, we don't just talk about motivation. We break down the psychology behind who you became. And in the next video, we're talking about why hyperindependence silently destroys relationships. Watch that next. I'll see you there.